Alright, what I'm doing today is I'm getting all my posts marked out so I can get them dug out for my fence. I'm fencing in about 4.5 acres. I'm using the 12.5 gauge smooth wired high tensile fencing, so there'll be no barbs, so when I get my horses here eventually there won't be anything for them to cut themselves on. The fence starts at 18 inches, and so you run one wire all the way around the bottom and you tighten it up, and then that gives you a straight line to figure out where you're gonna put all your posts. And the fence will go up to about, I think 54 if I remember right, maybe 56. Anyway, so I got my cross bases in, I got them all tensioned up, and then I got this one bottom wire all in. And now I'm just measuring out every 50 feet, because with this high tensile fencing you don't have to have as many posts. But what I'll do is every 25 feet is I'll have what they call a batten. This is basically like a piece of PVC with holes drilled in it. Theirs is actually like a fiberglass with holes in it, but they're like $5 a piece. I think I can make them out of PVC for about $1 a piece. So that'll save a lot of money, and all that does is keeps the wires from spreading out, because you don't have as many posts holding them together, so the wires don't go like that, so it just holds them to where they stay where they're supposed to be. So I'll show you how I'm measuring out here in just a second. Alright, so here's how I'm measuring everything out. I'm painting the ground where I want the post holes to go, and then I work by myself quite a bit, so I'm using these metal stakes I use for your construction. You know, they got the holes in them. And then I was having problems with my tape measure, kept falling off, so I was like, oh, why the heck don't I just put some vice grips on there, and it holds it so when you're working by yourself, you know, the darn tape don't keep falling off. Well, then what I do is I'll walk down this line, and every 50 feet I'll make a mark. Wind blew all my stuff around here. I had it all gathered up to go to the dump, and the wind came out the next day and blew it all over creation again, so I gotta come out and do that again. But anyway, so every 50 feet I'll make a mark, and then when we come in I'll put the posts in, and I'll do this whole, like I said, it's about 4.5, 5 acres that I'm fencing in. I have 12 acres altogether, but it's open range, kinda. This is actually about 500 acres. And it's all fenced in, but there's a guy that is allowed to run cows in here. So, and his cows kept coming in last year while I was building that and drinking all my water from my cement mixing and knocking my forms all over. And so I'm just going to fence them out. And then being as high as it is should help with deer, maybe a little bit. And when I go to put my garden in, my garden will go in pretty much right over there, because my house is going to go right in here. I'm gonna fence in probably like 150 by 150 feet, and I'll do like 4 feet of woven wire, like tight woven wire, to keep like rabbits and stuff out along the bottom, but I'll leave the posts real high, and I'll run a couple of strands of this high tensile wire, probably 4 or 5 of them, so they get up about 6-7 feet, and I'll electrify them, so that way it should keep out any deer or anything else. And with 150 by 150 feet I might even put my chickens in there, something like that. So alright, I'll give you some more video later. Bye. Well, I got all my posts in. You can see they're pretty straight. So this is my property line actually anyway, so I'm just on the inside of it just a tiny bit. So what I had to do here, I don't think I ever explained that, is right over here is my property line. So right there, and then I go straight that way where you can see that fence post sticking up, and that's the corner for my property that goes that way, back on the other side of this fence, and I own a little over 3 acres that go back that way, and then it's that one's pretty much just a big square. But the reason I set my fence over there off the property line is something you got to watch when you get ready to start putting fencing in and stuff, is I had to give a 30-foot easement in case they ever want to run grid power out here. So I actually own right through here, but I can't fence it in. So I got 30 feet. That's by like 900 feet that I can't. Well, I had to give them an easement, meaning I had to. So I was like, well, I'll just move the fence line over here. That way there's never any problem. I don't have to listen to them. So I doubt they'll ever put power out here. So they already talked about putting power out here. It's like $100,000 to get it out here. So I ain't paying that. So anyway, so here's the fence. You can kind of see everything lines up pretty good.